Hello, everyone. Welcome back to This Week in Guns. It is brought to you by the Patriot Patch Company and Primary Arms. This show, it offers you commentary on the latest firearms industry news, information, and buzz. I'm your host, Matthew LaRosiere, and I'm here with my co-host, Sean. Also, we have a requested one yeah for our friend Westerosi Villain. Thank you for the kind iTunes review. The rest of you who left reviews, no, I will not be implementing your changes. Thank you.
Also, I'm not relatable, apparently.
That's no, so we just were reading through some of the iTunes reviews, and because we were having a discussion of who was more reviled among the listeners, and it turns out that y'all either love us both or really hate one of us.
Right. At least it was a 5-star review, the one where he said perhaps more relatable than Sean. I don't even know what it means. Like I'm pretty I feel like I'm pretty relatable, which probably means that I'm not relatable at all. I don't know.
Yeah, and then we had one that said the lawyer gets very arrogant, and that gets old quickly.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I get terribly arrogant, at least on this show.
No, I totally agree. I don't
Yeah.
ever.
I am very arrogant.
Yeah. That was
But
a 2-star review, so I don't even know.
yeah. No, I do get pretty arrogant. I can be quite awful, but luckily most of you don't have to deal with me in real life. So that's good.
Anyway.
So,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Whatever that is.
Yes. Oh yeah.
If
But
I was
anyway,
more relatable, I'd know.
yeah, you would but you're not. And so
No.
it's a shame I can't fire you given that you own the place. But
I mean, you can fire me. I'll leave right now.
I'm scared.
I'm okay with it.
No, don't do no, please.
Okay, and that'll be the show.
And also, if you let me fire you,
Yes.
then we'd have given that commenter what he want. We just said we weren't going to implement the changes.
Oh, that's
So
fair.
that can't happen.
Well, if you guys want Matt to fire me, just start a GoFundMe for me and give me the link and where to collect the funds, and Matt will fire me publicly. He will humiliate me, shame me, and whatever else. I don't know.
And then we'll rehire him next week after we split the funds.
Fair.
Always read the fine print, boyos.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of reading, who likes to read? Nobody. But Primary Arms.
It's not relatable to read.
It's not relatable. You could read SMSs from Primary Arms. They have an SMS club, right? You could do that. You could also read what they've got going on the weekend sale. And you know what? There's some pretty good deals right here.
There's 120.
Yep, 120 bonus bucks on the EOTech XPS 3-0 holographic weapon sight.
Oh, wait a minute. What that right there, that Surefire Vampire IR light. Can you
that thing? That's the Surefire?
The right too.
No, that?
Sure, whatever.
Okay, all right.
No.
All right.
That, yeah.
Surefire Vampire infrared weapon light with rail lock mount. Add to cart.
You have to, yeah.
So you got to see it in the cart. $349.99.
All right, that's a pretty good deal, actually. And that's a light that I've been wanting for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
For your night playing activities?
Yeah. Is that why I'm not relatable? Because I like night vision? Well,
I like night vision.
If they saw my night vision, they would think I'm relatable because it's janky and hobo-ish.
Yeah, you're a single tube boy just like me.
Yeah.
Exactly. Goon got only one nod.
That's amazing. I never heard that before.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Yeah, no, I've said it here on the show before, and you related to anyway. But yes, we are both goons. We are both PVS 14 heaven. Got only one nod, boys.
Yeah.
What's the coolest thing you've done under night vision?
Shotguns, hunted a ghost. Shot machine guns, shot steel, hiked. Yeah, all kinds of stuff, man. I love night vision. It's so much fun.
So my coolest night vision experience was I have some land out in Orlando, and I need to take care of it, right? I need to bushwhack it and mow it. And one day when I was driving through town, I had to make too many stops, and I got to my property and it was like 11 o'clock at night. And this is way far from the road, so there's no streetlights or nothing. It was pitch black. and in the back of my truck, I had my helmet and my PBS 14.
Nice.
And so I put that sucker on, navigated again, pure darkness, no light, to my tractor, started the tractor up, and then did a night mow. And I was like, I was so happy about it.
That is amazing. I've driven under night vision. That's cool.
It's very sketchy.
Yeah, miles. I've
Yeah.
driven miles.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, just driving my tractor around my little 8-acre patch, it was because I've got like there's many ditches. It is Florida. There's a lot of there's a lake. It was extraordinarily sketchy. But the cool thing is my tractor, it's like a 90s beat up Chinese tractor. It's got headlights on it and they're worthless unless you're under night vision.
And then you're like, they're so bright.
Yeah, no, because I was driving and I clicked them on, and then all of a sudden I can see everything, and I click it up and I'm like, huh, that's like not illuminating. Click, wow. So it was awesome. I will say though, I was legitimately scared.
Yeah, I
There are
definitely.
wild boar out there.
Oh man,
Yeah.
yeah. No, this is why we're not relatable. I think right there because you're driving your tractor under nods.
I feel like, well, yeah, no, it's not a terribly relatable thing to do, but it is something that should be more relatable. You guys need to go out and night mow. It is, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bitch, but I thought it was terrifying because I'd be driving it, I'd stop for a second, check on something, and then I'd hear like bush crackle. I'd be like, eep.
Oh man. And you probably only had some weird French 22 or something on you.
I had a Glock 43X.
Oh, nice.
So I felt like a little better.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Did we do the frn.deals/PA?
No, we didn't. And also remember the coop. We have a coop, the coop code. It's code Foxtrot Romeo November FRN. And if you buy a primary arms optic, you will get mounted free of charge.
Free.
By Sean. Sean will drive to your house and mount you.
That's not very relatable. Can you tell I let stuff stick to me?
Well, with that beard, I'm not surprised. I'm sure you get all kinds of
like food sometimes.
Yeah.
Last
So
night, cheese.
You can just keep snacking, right, as the day goes on.
Funny story, since we're often unprepared, as said another review, is last night I stood up and I saw something fall and I was like, what was that? And my girlfriend, Angel, was like, it was cheese. It's been in there for like an hour. So anyway, hashtag beard troubles, hashtag lumberjack issues.
Beard troubles. Well, there's a tiny story I want to kick in just because also we had a review that said we spend way too much bantering with each other.
Yes, which I thought was the whole point of the show, but okay.
Yeah. More relatable news from people who kind of understand it. But anyway, just as an extra get stuffed to that guy, I was at long ago, I was at some kind of convention thing, and I was talking to one of the speakers, and there, it was the reception afterwards. There was wine and cheese and all that stuff. There was some curd cheese there. She goes to take a bite of a cracker with this curd cheese, and like, I shit you not, like a half-inch wide curd of cheese drops from the cracker and lands right in her cleavage.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, what do I do?
What do I look at?
No, like what? And what do I say? Right. I was mortified. And so I'm like, I don't realize it because I'm thinking, how do I call attention to this without call attention to your cheese boob? Right. And so apparently I didn't realize this until she like hastily covered herself up. But apparently for like 10 seconds, I was like this, just staring right into, like, with my eyes all buggy, staring into her cleavage. And so she hikes up her sweater to cover herself. And as she does this, I watch this cheese just spread and smear all over. And I'm just like, oh no. I just wandered off because at that point I'd already lost in every possible way.
Oh my God. That's amazing. So you never even were like, hey, there was some cheese that had dropped in your dress and I was a little unsure how to tell you. And my brain kind of shut down because I didn't know how to approach it.
Yeah.
You just walked away.
I just wandered off.
Oh
this was like right in the beginning of, like, literally this was day one of my career. And I just wandered into to a corner to mourn the end of my career because this person was technically a superior.
Oh my God.
So I just went to the corner and mourned. I told one of my coworkers, I was like, hey, I did this. And he was like, I told him the whole story. He's like, she'll forget about it in a while. People
So
look at her chest all the time.
Matt has clinical Asperger's, but I'm the guy who's unrelatable.
Well, he didn't say I was relatable.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, guys, we will now begrudgingly cover the news. We will angrily, unless we can think of some other distraction, we can get to the news. The first one coming from Armed American News, but I'm sure you guys have heard of it all over the place, is the new DOJ, well, not new, they've been around for a minute, announcing their ghost busting campaign.
Who you gonna call?
ATF.
Oh, don't call them.
Because there's ghost guns. Get them.
What did my dog ever do to you?
Oh, yeah. So the new Justice Department, they're launching a national ghost gun enforcement initiative, which they are claiming will crack down on home-build firearms, which they call ghost guns. Of course, this is something that we have a right to do, and people have been home building firearms since long before this country was a country, here in this land. But, they're claiming that because of the success of certain companies, that this is now suddenly a massive loophole or whatever that needs to be dealt with. They're talking about the statistics of all the crime guns they've recovered and how so many of them are, homemade firearms. It's just very stupid. Basically it's DOJ. They're suggesting that they're going to be more aggressive with bringing federal charges against anyone who uses homemade firearms in the commission of a crime, which may be hard for them to do.
How come?
Well, if you're not violating, if your action didn't violate federal law, right? You can be like, that's why most crimes are taken at the state level, because really we're not supposed to have a federal criminal common law. In fact, we don't, although many judges pretend that we do. The way that DOJ could get involved would be in those instances where after it was a firearm, it went over state lines, or it was in some way unlawfully transferred. Or I guess and this is an inbuilt suggestion, right, that if the person was prohibited, they could bring 922G charges on them as well. It's, or is it O? I don't remember. I think it's G. It doesn't matter. Anyone who cites statute numbers is a pile of garbage.
So they're going to start prosecuting people federally that are committing crimes with guns that they made or manufactured or got from somebody who made or manufactured.
Right. And it's clearly political prosecutions, right?
Yeah.
Because guess what, DOJ, if you found out about it, it means that the local cops have already charged them with a crime.
Right.
So what are you doing? So you're just double jeopardying them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's not exactly double jeopardy, right? Because it would be for a separate offense, but it's basically just saying that they're going to be, really hitting people harder. The feds don't bring many charges because they're so proud of their win rate. Federal prosecutors' win rates hover around 96 to 99%.
Wow.
Because they're very selective generally in what cases they're going to bring. However, recently, of course, we've seen stuff like, the CRS firearms matter, which is a bonkers, ridiculous, insane charge to bring, and they're doing it. So, any of these charges and these charges that we've already seen starting to crop up are likely politically driven, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is weird. So how does this affect like normal law-abiding everyday American citizens?
Nah.
Like it doesn't, right?
No.
Okay. However,
but it's going to cost money.
How does this affect Kyle Rittenhouse if the gun he had used was an 80% that he had completed? Like that would have.
So let's try and apply this to the Kyle Rittenhouse situation.
Absolutely. That's what I like to try to do with this stuff.
And so all this is basically they're saying, hey, we're actually looking and we're going to like bring more charges. So what they would do is after he was taken into custody, they would investigate the matter, right? Mm-hmm. So like, let's say he goes, hey, this is an 80%, right?
Right.
or the local cops. So they're going to come in and go, oh, let me see it. Oh, yeah, take it. And what they're going to do, first thing they're going to do, determine whether or not he's a prohibited person. All right. So he wasn't. Strike out there.
Actually, he was a minor at the time in possession of a pistol or a
Wait, no, it was a carbine though.
True. Okay. Yeah. So is the 80% carbine is what we're basically saying.
Right. No, well, I was applying it to his gun.
Okay. Yeah. Okay,
but so let's say it was a pistol. It's still the possessory laws.
It doesn't
depend on the state.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it doesn't change.
change.
So it's an 80% carbine that he put together. Yeah. So was he prohibited person?
Yeah. And then so they're going to be like, no, damn it. Okay, guys, next thing. And then they're going to look, well, where did he make it? Was he the one who made it, or did his buddy do it? And then they're going to be like, oh no, he made it. Damn it.
Dang it.
Oh, gosh. Okay. All right, take it all apart. And then they're going to take it all apart and they're going to go, yeah, boys. All right. And then they're going to get their little bibs. And they're going to take all the pieces and they're going to file off a little piece and they're going to taste all the pieces. They're going to taste them all and be like, oh yeah, that's Romanian. Yeah. And they're going to check and see if he violated 922R.
Okay.
Because he assembled it presumptively right at this point.
Yeah.
So, they're going to taste all the pieces and then, they're going to be like, dang it. Only 6 or 7 of these pots. Only 6 or 7 of them. They's from other countries, boss. What are we going to do?
I want to kill his dog.
What are we going to do? And so they'll, I don't know, plant something.
Like even in that case, like it wouldn't have affected anything.
Yeah, I can't identify a gun charge, right, that the feds could have brought against him. And well, I mean, oh wait, hold on. There are like bizarro anti-terrorism laws about like traveling interstate with a firearm with the intent to do X, Y, and Z, right?
Which didn't they try to apply to this case anyway?
Well, failed.
Yeah, unsuccessfully tried to apply to this case anyway. So like,
yeah,
that would have been a difference,
right? It's so they what you can consider this new, and I just thought of this now as we were talking, right? Because we're unprepared. What you can consider this initiative would be a gun audit, a gun law audit after they find, a criminal in possession of a homemade firearm, that they're going to then attempt to audit that person to see if they've ever tripped over one of the, incredible morass of gun laws that we have in this country. So right. That's what I think this is going to look like going forward.
Now, to Mom's demand action, this probably seems like a huge win. Like, he's going after the ghost guns.
Yeah. Well, in U.S. Attorney General Marion Garfield, he said that the ghost gun initiative is but one anti-gun measure that his department will be undertaking to target community violence.
You know what's great about this is that I would say that an inordinate amount of black and tan people will be captured under these, and when they see that those statistics start to bear out, they'll start to wean off of
it. Start to bury them, you mean?
Yeah, they'll start to like hide that, because that is not a good look for their base.
Yeah, they're directing U.S. attorneys to prioritize federal prosecutions of those who illegally sell or transfer firearms that are used in violent crimes. So I guess one of their theories has long been that the criminals don't actually put them together, right? They're buying them from some community gun dealer or whatever that's doing it.
Right.
I don't know that that's true. I could believe it.
Maybe.
But also, who cares?
I mean, I guarantee there's some enterprising dude with some 3D printers and like some Dremels and shit making ghost guns and selling them, because
who went nuts on the Polymer 80 Black Friday sale.
Exactly. He knows he's breaking the law. He's doing it on purpose. Like, yeah, of course there's those people, and those people are not us, and they're not everyday gun owners, and it's just dumb.
Also, I don't care. Who cares that people are doing that?
I don't care either. Yeah.
They're going to get the guns anyway. Somebody might as well make a little money.
Right. Unfortunately, that dude's going to federal prison because now Merrifield Garfield
lasagna man.
Yeah. John, I'm hungry. Oh, goodness.
Man. But yeah, so that's keep an eye out for that. It's this is them, and if I can do a little, you know, um, desk chair political commentary. Uh, it feels like all of this recent focus on firearms and homemade firearms and stuff like that that's been going on at the federal level is it's a response to the uptick, the small uptick we've seen in violent crime, and because it couldn't possibly be that when you lock people down and threaten them and rip them away from their means of making a living, that they begin to behave in antisocial ways, right? It couldn't possibly be that.
No.
So we need to find something else that's the problem, and they've just identified homemade guns. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, we all know that it's the problem. Just glad somebody finally admitted it and said it out loud.
Right, exactly.
No, I'm being facetious for
yeah, he's being feces. But yeah, so that's fun. Speaking also of the feds, right? It's really nice, I guess, to be, a member of the ruling class, isn't it?
Smartest guy I know. Smartest man I've ever met.
Yeah. So, while we have people, while we have things going on like the CRS situation, which is insane for them to be prosecuting, we have the other hand of the ATF. For you see, the ATF giveth and taketh away. They have stepped in and asked a judge to order the inquiry into Hunter Biden's, gun possession problem closed.
So for people who don't know, basically, he got into an argument while he was on drugs, and the girl he argued with threw his gun in a dumpster or something, and then it was recovered, but clearly he had lied on his 4473, and that should be punishable, correct? Right? Like, I mean, I'm not saying whether I agree with it or not. I'm just saying that based on the laws as they are right now, that's punishable by federal law, right? Lying on a 4473?
Yeah, it's a felony.
Weird.
But here's the problem. Who cares?
Apparently nobody.
Yeah. So I'm never going to sit here and say, oh, we should be applying that law, right? We should be applying any unjust law to any person, because I think that when the law is unjust, the law is unjust. As much as I like to see politic lizards and spiders, being fed to the glorious and expensive machine that they have created.
Yeah.
I'm never going to point that out. But yes, that is in fact the case. It's a federal form, and it's submitted, under a quasi penalty of perjury. Perjuring yourself is felonious. Like,
yeah.
It just is on these forms anyway.
Here's the thing is, like, living in Colorado, I know a lot of people that I can literally, so I'm an FFL, or I'm not an FFL. I have an FFL. And
no, you are a license. I carry you around in my pocket.
Right. Exactly. But I can legally sell guns to people that are not prohibited. I know a lot of people in my personal life that I won't sell a gun to because I know that they use marijuana. It's legal in Colorado, but I don't want to take that chance just because I know just from personal life, and like I know that they would be lying on that, and I don't want to put them in a situation where they're lying on a federal form. I don't agree with it. I think that people should be able to defend their weed with AR-15s.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me at all.
Yeah.
But I also know that they would be prosecuted if anything bad ever happened. And I know it would come back to me eventually for selling a gun. That would come out. And while I disagree with all of it, like he should be held to the same, everything.
Well, if anything, they should be held to a higher standard.
Yeah, higher. I totally agree. Yeah. But he's never been held to any standard at all.
Right.
because he's a
Well,
smart.
no, he's been held to a very different standard, a much lower standard,
Yeah,
the lizard standard,
yeah,
where
yeah.
they have their own lizard rules and lizard courts where they just kind of get to do whatever and make funny little dances and stretch their necks out.
And yeah, I agree with you 100%. Like I don't want this to exist at all,
Right.
but it pisses me off that they get away with stuff that I know we, the people, would not get away with, and that it infuriates me.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
while
I think of those forms and questions very much, as a lawyer, and I may overthink some of those things, but it is like you say, it puts you in an awkward position, right? When somebody, engages in the marijuana lettuce leaf,
yeah,
which I don't I don't do. I know Sean doesn't do, but
I don't.
there's plenty of completely cool, normal, responsible, wonderful people
Yeah,
who use drugs, and they're way better off than alcoholics, right? And it puts us in that awkward position where if we're a member of our community and people have come to us and told us things that we then have this tension where we have to say, no, no, man, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
yeah,
And that's just, it's a terrible feeling. It's a miserable feeling.
it totally is. And he's 2 things. You mentioned that we don't, and I absolutely don't because of the guns that I own, because I talk about it all the time, because because I have federal licensing. Dude,
Mhm.
I would eat a gummy right now if those stupid laws didn't exist.
You would what?
I would eat a gummy right now.
Uh,
Like I have no problem with any of that. I don't have no problem with anyone doing it. Now, the former building manager where the We Like Shooting Studios are, he came in one day and he was going to buy a gun, and he's like, just before we get started, uh you know, I take advantage of weed all the time. Is that a problem? And I was like, I have like 20 cameras in here recording audio and video, and it uploads to the cloud, and I just assume that China has hacked in and steal
mhm.
footage of me picking my nose every day, and I can't sell you a gun, man. And he was like, seriously? And I was like, yeah, I can't. I apologize. I know it's the
Yeah.
dumbest thing in the
Yeah.
universe.
Nice mouth, brother.
Yeah, exactly. It's the dumbest thing in the universe, but I'm not gonna put myself at risk for somebody that I just know, anecdote
Right.
just like we're acquaintances.
Right. Yeah. And so, and for those of you guys who didn't know, Hunter Biden was undergoing substance abuse treatment at the time, or was it before? So he was doing drugs, right? And so the fact that he was transferred the gun means that he checked no on the "Are you an unlawful user of or addicted to?" And the chemicals that he used are not legal or even arguably legal in any state. So it's very clear, right, what happened there, and that's why we're talking about the drug thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, sorry, I took us way off on a tangent.
no, you didn't. No, you
I'll
didn't.
eat a gummy right now.
No, it's all relevant because people who are politically, uh, emboldened and embroiled right now are going to be like, no, he needs to be hung for violating the dumb law, and it's like, I want to see him punished deeply and severely. I want to see all of these people suffer, but not
Yeah.
like that.
I agree.
Yeah.
And here's the thing is like I just talked about how I hold myself to a higher standard just because like I drink alcohol often. And I would totally do things that are legal in Colorado as well, but I don't. And it pisses me off that he doesn't care about that. And I
Right.
think, like
Well, and if you got caught, the ATF certainly wouldn't be stepping up for you.
no, they would throw away the book, the key.
Yeah, they would throw the book at you and then close the key on you with the
Exactly.
curtain and sink.
Anyway.
But yeah, so it's a stupid clown world we live in, and guys, it's important, like, stuff like this, it's good talking points because the only way it's ever gonna get better is if we point out the emperor's clothes, if we're constantly pointing out just what an insane clown world that these laws create.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, everyone's going to presume that they're reasonable, and they're going to see no reason to change anything. But if everybody gets really frustrated and upset by the fact that we are being governed and having people's lives ruined over ancient laws that no one really quite understands why they were written the way they were written, maybe then we can get some progress. So,
Yep.
well, so I've got another thing here. A lot of people in the comments, also the reviews, have certain opinions about my opinions on law enforcement, and
True.
I, I I will just say, as I've said before, you have a different perspective when you have represented people who are violently brutalized and have their lives turned upside down for peaceful conduct. Uh, living in that pool for a long time changes you. But I'm going to prove all you wrong. I'm going to say something nice about a cop man.
What?
Oh yeah, I'm going to do it. See, look here. So you've seen so many times whenever there's a constitutional carry or permitless carry or whatever bill, the cop shops, the fraternal orders or the police unions or whatever horrible other name that you might have for a gang, because that's what those are, they're gangs. But anyway, those gangs always stand up against the constitutional carry, right? They're like, this is going to make our job harder, this is going to blah blah blah. Well, sheriff in Alabama has distanced himself from the state sheriff's association, the state yakuza, on its constitutional carry stance. And I don't know, I think that this guy, you know, Phil Sims, he deserves some credit. He deserves a little back pat for that. Yeah.
No, that is good for sure. And I mean, often sheriffs are cool and police chiefs are weak. I think that I can say, because
I mean, I'm from South Florida. I've never had a cool sheriff.
here in Colorado Springs, we have great sheriffs.
Really?
Over and over and over again.
Yeah, no, I'm completely used to only being aware of actual like comic book level evil like villains.
Broward.
Oh yeah, Coward County sheriffs who there has not been a single Coward County sheriff in like 3 decades that has not been embroiled in a corruption scandal.
Weird.
Yeah, and that's what we're used to here. But yeah, it's Marshall County Sheriff Phil Sims. He says that the Sheriff's Association's executive director does not speak for all of us, considering the fact that the executive director has partnered with Moms Demand Action.
What?
Right? And this is the Alabama Sheriff's Association partnering with Moms Demand Action to say that he wants to actually amend Alabama's constitution to limit the ability to carry further.
Yeah. Do you think maybe he just misunderstood what Mom Demand Action is? Like, dang, I'll tell you what, I've done this group.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. MILFs. I like MILFs. So I'm gonna hook it up. It's gonna be good. I don't know what accent that was. Clearly not Alabama, but
yeah, well, I mean,
you get the point. You get the point. Leave a review.
It's also interesting because like the permit the laws that are pending in Alabama don't do away with the licensing system. It just turns it into more of a enhanced permit, right? Which
they're just afraid of anything. They're afraid of any gun owner that doesn't have to walk through fire to exercise his rights,
right?
His or her rights.
Their rights.
No, don't get it.
Oh man, but yeah, no. So that's good, Mr. Sims. Thank you for actually. I mean, and to be fair, his statement wasn't perfect, right? He was still kind of being a bit of a boot, but it takes a lot of courage to stand up to these organized crime unions publicly like this, because these associations are very powerful.
Yeah,
I will repeat again, they are criminal enterprises. They are organized crime gangs. So, you got to at least give them that much support. Yeah, Sean, what do you think of the gangs?
Well,
you do agree that they're gangs, right?
I do agree that they're gangs. Okay. I just, I'm thinking to myself, like, the gangs that I'm in are pretty cool. The gangs that they're in are pretty weak. That's all I'm saying. They are without a doubt gangs. In fact, King Supers So leave a review on this one too. Uh, they just had a strike here in Colorado Springs, and I crossed the picket line multiple times.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't care at all what their gang is doing.
Yeah.
And oh, they made me stand up for 3 hours. Like, okay, okay.
Oh wow, did you volunteer for this job? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize that you had to come. And well, collective bargaining. Shut up, man. Just shut
Yeah.
up.
Oh, labor cartels. Cool.
Yeah,
Let's raise the price for everyone,
exactly.
including yourself.
I'll tell you what. Get some lettuce on the shelves, then we're gonna talk.
Where's your breadline, boyo?
Yeah, dude. Grocery stores here, like
Is
they
that
are.
bad?
Yeah, it's actually pretty nuts.
Oh my gosh.
They're very sparsely populated with food and food accessories.
We got plenty of food accessories here in Florida.
No, not so much here. It's surprising. Like you'll walk down an aisle.
Why is that? Is it because of Canada not talking to y'all anymore?
I don't know, man. I have no idea why it is. I don't watch the news.
Yeah.
I just assume somebody got botulism and they took it off the shelf. But yeah, just walking down the shelf, there'll be like 4 bays in the shelf that are just like have 3 packs of shrimp ramen. I'm like, no, thank you.
It's not even the spicy chicken.
Not that hungry yet. Maybe someday. Not yet, my friends.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh man. So next up, we got this was a very fun headline that I very much enjoyed reading. It's New Mexico newsflash. High capacity magazine ban jams in committee. Democratic lawmakers say bill as written is not ready.
Huh. Interesting.
Need a picture. So yeah, they set up this House Bill 156. And this is again New Mexico. Would have made it a 4th degree felony
Jesus.
to possess, use, manufacture, import, purchase, sell, loan, borrow, or transfer.
Ha! I can still have sex with one. As long as somebody else holds it.
Capacity magazine. And of course, they're pulling the Colorado thing. 15 rounds is the cutoff for them.
Weird. What does this mean? They tabled the bill because it was not ready. It needs more time and would be better to consider during a 60-day session, says Rep. Andrea Romero.
It was because of a huge public backlash. There was 80 people in a hearing intended just to oppose the bill. And I mean, we're talking about New Mexico. There's only 84 people in the whole state.
I've been to New Mexico. It's actually more than 84. I was very surprised.
Really? Well, but still, the people who showed up at this meeting must have made a somewhat substantial component of at least the local populace.
Yeah. Well, at least that's very interesting to me because obviously, man, New Mexico, it's over. It's game over. Just move because it's awful and democratically held, and they're putting all. I was driving.
It's not getting better.
Yeah, no, I was driving to Arizona. I had to go through New Mexico, and like I didn't wear any masks in Colorado. I didn't wear any masks anywhere else that we stopped. It was actually absolutely ridiculous. The second we got into New Mexico, I tried to go into a gas station to use the bathroom, and they were like, yeah, you can't come in here without a mask. Like the entire state is just bonkers. This wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah, and I expect some you guys are anti-masker comments. Well, look, I just don't want to be told to do things. And I know you've heard that a lot of times. But that's another reason I'm glad to live in Florida, because they're very good about not telling you to do things here, because it's like 1 in 3 Floridians is a potential Florida man.
True. Well, even in Vegas at SHOT Show, like in Nevada, there is a mandate to wear masks everywhere inside. I didn't wear one except for in Ubers and Lyfts, because that was the only ones who actually asked me to put one on. I put one on gladly because it's their car and I will do as they ask. But I was never ever bothered except by the mask police at SHOT Show, and I just didn't wear a mask. And like, yeah, sure, maybe I die and earn a Herman Cain Award. I don't know.
What did they do in the? What did they like? What did you do when they did that? My favorite response is to go, "Give me one."
Well, no, because they actually carried him around with them.
Oh, well, no, I always just say that. I always say exactly like that. Give me one, and then I'll put it directly because I have a very large head. I'll put it just directly around my nose as a nose bra. Give me one.
I would just like keep walking and dig through my pockets for a second until I was out of
mutter French.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was SHOT Show. Like everyone, everyone was hugging, handshakes, fist bumps, some people kissing.
Yeah.
Looking at youguns.com.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, just coming here, if I'm going to get something, I'm going to get something because very few people. My point of all that was even in Nevada where there's mandates, no one bothered me. But in New Mexico, even the gas station employees were sold on mask.
I didn't know that about New Mexico.
Oh yeah, man. It's a Democratic stronghold.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that at all. I always thought it was kind of like the other desert places, where everyone's just kind of like antisocial, but kind of cool.
Nope. Arizona, good desert. New Mexico, bad desert.
I'll have to remember that when I don't go to either of those places.
Exactly.
Actually, I'm going to be going to Arizona. I got invited to talk at a law school there, so that'll be fun.
I like Arizona. It's awesome.
I mean, I've had good times when I've gone to Arizona, but then I'm like, something just makes me uncomfortable when I only see 4 different types of vegetation.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that. It's cool when you drive in because you're like, oh, I am clearly in Arizona because of all the cactuses.
Oh, wow. It really do look like this, huh? That's
so
what
weird.
I was thinking. But yeah, so that bill would have also given the New Mexico bill would have given $1.5 million every year to state police to confiscate the magazines. Exceptions would have included magazines that were permanently altered to hold only 15 rounds, magazines that hold 22 caliber rounds, and magazines for lever action or bolt action rifles or shotguns, and magazines for antique guns.
Okay.
Yep. So
wonderful.
And look, it's pretty clear, as Miss Patricia Riobel Caballero said, Caballero, which I think means warrior. Fascinating. High capacity magazines do not need to be in the hands of everyone, and they do not need to be in the hands, as far as I'm concerned, of anyone that's not in the Call of Duty as identified in the bill.
Well, first of all, I play Call of Duty all the time, lady, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Also, ARs are 22 caliber.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Idiot. Stupid lizard, you forgot to ban the mag.
Just do it.
Yep. Oh my gosh. This is a big problem, this next story.
I'm big scared.
All right, everybody grab your pearls. You're going to need something to clutch. So there was a man who did crimes.
Oh my God.
Okay. He did crimes. He did a little shooting of some officers.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, he did. You know what? They went into his house.
Why?
You know what? They had to go.
I mean, clearly he doesn't like them. He shot at them.
Yeah, but they wanted to check it out and see if maybe someone else was there that also did, Okay. Or maybe he had a cool snack or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Did they find cool snacks?
A really nice dog? No, they found something else.
Well,
dude, he had a 3D printer.
Oh my God, are you kidding me right
now? Dude, 3D printer. Several weapons discovered inside home where suspect accused of shooting 3 HPD officers surrendered.
Well, when he shot the cops, I was like, well, maybe he just had a bad day. But this 3D printer thing, nope, criminal monster now.
Yeah, no, this is nuts. Look, man, inside the charging documents was something rarely seen at crime scenes: the discovery of a 3D printer.
Did it?
And you know what?
What?
Andy Kahn of Crime Stoppers tells us, I think you're going to start seeing a lot more of it.
Oh my.
Yep.
Was he printing machine guns or something?
No, I wouldn't. You had it.
So, not printing machine
guns? I wouldn't
guns?
worry about that.
Just had
a 3D printer in his place.
I mean, clearly Judge Dredd style law is the only answer to this travesty.
Yeah. You just got to shoot 3D printers.
Yeah.
You're going to go out, round up all the 3D printers, and we're going to shoot them.
I mean, my 3D printer right now is printing my character from Dungeons and Dragons. So
Shoot it.
Clearly I should be shot.
Shoot it. Shoot printer.
Okay. I'm going to do an office pop. But
yeah. So the feds have noticed an uptick in criminal cases where a 3D printer was involved during the last 4 years. And one of these feds says that 3D printed parts are challenging because they cannot be traced. It's a ghost gun problem.
Again, I've read the article twice now. Was he printing guns?
I won't worry about it.
Because
yeah, no, I mean, me too. Like I don't actually see
an
indication that that he actually like used anything. I believe he may have had a switch on his Glicky.
Okay. So maybe he printed that. I don't know how that's possible because I wouldn't think that it would stand up, but okay.
Oh no. They have those.
Allegedly.
Well, I mean they exist, right?
Yeah.
Here, let's see.
3D
printed.
They really are clutching the pearls. In the first article, a neighbor told KPRC2 investigates that she was very surprised about what was discovered in the home of Roland Caballero.
Yeah.
I think that means warrior.
Yeah, Caballero is warrior. Wait, no, Caballero is gentleman.
Oh,
Guerrero is warrior.
Guerrero, I see.
And the reason I know that is because one of my favorite cars is the GMC Gentleman, the GMC Caballero.
Nice.
But yeah, no. So what they're saying is that his gun had 3D printed parts. Is what I'm seeing on other other sources. And so we can probably assume that it had a switch on it.
Fair.
And of course I think he had it in like one of those Hera holsters. No, well, not holster, chassis.
Oh yeah.
This is the
Hera
image
CQB thing.
Yeah, this is the image that had been making the rounds, right? He's got this very challenged looking gun.
Yeah, I don't think that is a Hera.
I mean, I can't tell what it is at all.
No, it looks like some stuff that I've 3D printed.
I can't pin anything on it exactly, but hey, we'll check it out. We'll see if it comes to surface what he actually used. But I just from me talking to people in the community about this guy, they are of the opinion that he was using switches or something, but I don't think we've gotten any solid evidence yet.
Yeah, jeez, he has a 3D printer, big deal.
But yeah, no, just the focus here though is of course on the fact that the multiple articles about this said nothing about the printed parts, said nothing about conversion devices, just that this man, he had a printer in his house. Can you believe it?
What? He had a 3D printer? What a pervert.
Oh, yeah. What are you got one of them printers? What are you, some kind of sex pervert?
Obviously. That's why I have one.
Yeah. What else do you do with it? It's for stuff.
Also, trust me, that soft filament, not that soft.
Oh man.
Fleshlight.
I think that's all the news.
Okay, good.
Yes. And we do have though our friend Patriot Patch Company.
Patriot Patch Co.
The Patriot Patch Co. And we have the previous 2 patches of the month on our respective microphones. I've got the You Ain't Ready for This Yeti, and Sean has the Long Distance.
Makes the heart. Sorry,
Distance makes the heart grow fonder. That's actually a really slick patch.
It is. It's very cool. It's got a spotting scope. I was actually looking earlier because I was like, I kind of want all these pieces.
My one complaint is the cartridges on the side.
Yes, I've talked about that recently, actually.
Is that a thing?
It is a thing. It's like a match savers thing for shotguns and competition. And this is a PRS thing, just in case you miss a shot or something and you don't have another magazine with rounds or whatever the rules are. You could just pull it off the side, pop it.
Yeah, and aren't there some competitions where you're not allowed to feed from the mag?
Probably. I don't know of any, just because I don't live in that world yet, but soon. soon I will, and probably
I've heard of boomers who like say that it's less accurate if you feed from the mag because the bullet gets all touched.
I've heard that too. I don't know if it's true.
It sounds like nonsense. But it
Yeah,
also is like it's one of those nonsense things that might have just the teeniest juicy nougat of truth to it.
yeah,
The teeniest juicy soft cheese curd of of truth.
yeah. I think maybe. Yeah, I
We
don't
should
know.
do a
Anyway,
test.
I was just thinking who I could ask. Because long range people don't hang out with me really. They're of a higher class.
Yeah, they're boring too and ugly.
Anyway, patriotpatch.co, coupon code is Twig.
Twig 10, TWIG 10. You will get a percentage off your order thanks to us, thanks to our efforts of getting you that code. You're welcome. Okay.
Yeah, you are welcome.
You don't have enough eyebrow for that, boy.
Nope. It'll go in the beard, but not in the eyebrow.
I don't either.
Oh,
If I don't think anyone does.
No, I was like, if it stays, I'm gonna laugh so hard. Yeah,
there we go, boys.
Beard is a thing. If you like long range, get this patch, and if you don't get this patch, you will regret it for the rest of your life. And your next match is going to go real bad.
Yeah, your next patch is going to be a problem. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Yep, just trying to tell the truth.
Well, all right, guys, thank you so much for coming. We will see you again next week.
Yeah, we will, unless Matt fires me.